Hello guys, well my glorious experience with 1000cc naked bikes continues, and today I get the chance to ride a Triumph Speed Triple 1050. This is Triumph's answer to the big capacity naked bike genre, and if you follow bikes you'll know the Speed Triple has been around forever. But this is a new and updated version, supposedly a bit smoother and a bit more refined than previous versions. So I'm pretty keen to get on, give it a spin, and see what it's like. Before I do though, I've got a good quality sound recorder with me, so I'm going to splice in a little clip here with that mic so you can get a feel for what this 1050 Triple sounds like. Alrighty, let's do this. So I hope you like the sound clip, guys. I noticed in some of my other videos that the GoPro just doesn't pick up the sound of these bikes very well at all. So I wanted to splice in a bit of good quality audio so that you guys can get a feel for what some of these amazing bikes sound like. Right, Triumph Speed Triple S. What do we got here? We've got a very slow Honda that's stopping at a green light. That's what we've got. Mate. So what have we actually got? This bad boy's got a 1050 Triple. And I think Triumph quotes it at around like 140, 150 horsepower. And I've got the benefit of having just ridden a Tuono, so that's kind of fresh in my mind at the moment, and I think it's fair to say that this bike just feels a little bit less manic in general. So the Tuono feels really revvy. You hear the clutch chattering when you're at a stop and it's in neutral. It's got that booming V4 exhaust. This thing's a bit more chilled. Feels a little bit more kind of, I think grown up's the wrong word, but just a bit more road oriented. It's got that beautiful Triumph Triple smoothness. The ride is nice and like plush, I guess you would call it, like plush, soft. Soaks up the bumps beautifully. But like, don't get me wrong, this is still very much a sports bike. You know, you kit it out with big piston Brembo brakes, you've got Super Corsa tyres. Like, they want you to ride this thing hard. So it's not a... And that was just effortless. I mean, that gives you a feel for the performance off the mark. So like a lot of these 1000cc nakeds, you've got a series of rider modes, so you can calibrate it, dial in the power the way you like it, and it all adds up to a very pleasant riding experience, I must say. I really like the effortless torque of this bike. It just makes it so easy to punch around in traffic. Guy doesn't look thrilled about the whole GoPro thing. He'll get over it. So I'm coming up to a bit of a highway on-ramp here. So that's going to give me another good chance to test out its acceleration. I'm just going to back it up a little bit here. Would have been nice to be able to try these corners out a little more, but I think I might go this way. Okay, a bit of highway acceleration. Beautiful. Just effortless pull. Really good. Now I'm in 6th gear doing 90 kilometers per hour. I'll put whatever that is in miles per hour, 3,000 RPM. Let's see if it's got any pickup at the bottom of the rev range or if it doesn't like it. Oh, look at that. That's that torquey pull. So that was 6th gear, no revs, and you saw how easily it did it. I mean, it wasn't blistering acceleration, but of course not. I'm in 6th gear. But to me, that's what makes these torquey naked bikes such a joy. They're just effortless on the freeway, effortless in traffic, and then when you get them out onto a twisty road, they've still got, you know, 80 or 90% of the performance of a full-on super sport bike. This probably sounds funny. It probably sounds like I'm trying to talk myself out of my bike, because every time I say this, it makes a lot more sense than a super sport. Let's get a bit more of that highway acceleration. So this is a 2nd gear pull. Whoa, that's addictive. That is so addictive. This is a nice stretch of highway, but it's fair to say that the ride quality on this bit of road is bang on. I feel like I could ride this thing all day in terms of its comfort. Got to get across into the right lane. Lucky I've got plenty of torque. Look at that, effortless. Let's try out these brakes, shall we? Beautiful. Oh, and there we have it. Again, we near the end of the test ride. Just as I'm starting to wet my beak and enjoy the speed triple goodness. Before I do hand it back though, let's just have another quick look over the bike, shall we? If you've watched my street triple videos, you'll know that I'm a big fan of this digital analog combo that Triumph does. I really like this layout. Something cool about an old needle dash. I love these bar end mirrors as standard. I think they look uber cool and just fit the vibe of the bike generally really well. I'm not so sure about this big piece of steel frame that's a different colour to the rest of the bike. But otherwise, I mean, it's a beautiful looking machine. Everything feels high end. There's very little plastic on it. You got nice little touches like this stitched leather and the Triumph logo up here on the seat. Everybody loves a single-sided swing arm, and you've got the single-sided swing arm on the back here. So there you have it, folks. Speed Triple 1050S. How to sum it up? Well, I reckon it's a hoon bike for the distinguished gentleman. It just feels a little bit less manic, a little bit less crazy than the Tuono, but in a good way. It's just smoother, a little bit more chilled out. If you've ridden a Speed Triple, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys thought of it when you took one out. And if you've ridden some other bikes in this segment, let me know what you think of those as well. See you next time. And it all adds up to a very oh shit.